YouTube, ultimate, whatever, life, anything, and these are your best questions. By the way, somebody asked me last time what this mic is. This is a Teenage Engineering CM50.
Testing.
Magisters are probably humanity's real hope, don't you think? Yo, what's up, guys? Just maxing out weapons on weapons. Hey guys, how we doing today? How's everybody doing?
get some water.
HQ here. Commence mission to recapture Magister Lab.
My water purifier was empty. My water purifier was completely empty, man. Yo, Bosco, what's happening, buddy?
Mission complete. Thank you.
I'm so dehydrated. Woo. We move this just a... Oh, wait, other way, other way.
HQ here. Commence mission to recapture Magister Lab. Objective.
Trying to figure shit out. Like what? Good luck with that. Yeah, good luck with that, Bosco. I think that's one of the top 5 questions in everyday life for humanity, my good friend. Well, I'm dead. My screen like all tapped out. Lovely. It's in like 5 mil.
Mission complete. Thank you.
Yeah, too much money. Yeah, feel that, bro. Don't feel that as much. I put in a lot of work though. I used to constantly. Till like the last 2 years, maybe 3, you know. Oh, still working on some debts though. I think I'm like 20 grand or so in debt. Not like a huge deal, but chipping away, brother, one day at a time. Yeah, I think I'm like roughly like 20 G's left in
Commence
debt.
mission to recapture
I'm debt free.
Master's
One day at a time. Luckily, my internet is included in my apartment. I live very, very cheap. I will say that. I live as cheap as it gets. I feel like Great Conversion's not doing a lot of damage here.
mission complete. Thank you.
Yeah, I got pretty much everything included in my place. The only thing I gotta pay is an electric bill. It's the only thing separate. Everything else is included. And I got a pool. I got a motherfucking pool. Which I'll never use because, I work way too much. I'll never get to enjoy my pool. I didn't get to enjoy it. Today's the last day to enjoy the pool, and I didn't get to enjoy it.
HQ here. Commence mission to recapture Magister Lab.
Shit. Fucking took out the door to the laundry. Today's sponsor, Celsius. So I maxed out my Afterglow finally. I also maxed out my Python, which is cool. Almost got the Excava max. I need 2 more. Dang, dude, that's rough. Alright, Bosco. Well, hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here. The 2 more for Kingsguard. I want the Kingsguard Lance max. Hand cannons, enhance a module, clear missions, beams electric, that's easy. Alright, to be used in a hand cannon. I need to equip the hand cannon.
Mission complete. Thank you.
Man, what am I gonna do all day? I definitely don't really feel like playing the First Descendant today.
HQ here. Commence mission to recapture Magister Lab.
My gun doesn't one-shot. Come on. No. Yo, what up, Lucas? What's happening? I'm just farming Bunny up a few levels. I don't know why. Like, I tried to re-roll her yesterday for these infiltration missions. I'm gonna see how this new build turns out.
Commence mission to recapture Magister Lab.
Look at you playing. I think I might hop on some Rocket League for a bit.
Mission complete. Thank you. Yes.
131. Yeah, I'm gonna hop on some RL for a minute, just for a minute, okay? Play a little RL.
15. I have loved this mic for the past couple years. I need a better stand for it, so I'm hand holding it. But anyway, okay. First question: what do you think about Cristiano Ronaldo joining YouTube and his meteoric rise? 20 million subscribers in a little over 24 hours is crazy. Yeah, that is pretty insane, and it's continued. I think it's like 30-something million plus now. Yeah, that's sick, and I think that's just a testament to where YouTube is at. Not a lot of people who are that famous are not on YouTube, and also YouTube, I don't think people realize Ronaldo's like one of the most followed humans on social media. He's got like 600 million on Instagram, so 30 million is like a rounding error to this guy. But also, yeah, people are saying he's passing Mr. Beast soon or something like that. I would pump the brakes on that. I just want to see what he actually does on YouTube, because there's a bunch of videos out now. He's not running it. There's somebody running it for him. But how long do they keep it up? What types of videos do they actually make? Do they like lean into the YouTube culture? Do they collab with anyone at all, or do they just like make highlight reels of his day or whatever it is? I don't know. Mr. Beast is at like 300 million, so that's a long way from 30 million. But we'll see how the trajectory goes based on what they actually know. What app is number one in your screen time? Probably Waze, honestly, with all the recent road trips and stuff. Or
Got him.
it's also probably Facebook. I just do this app, and it's always in there. Oh, this is a good one. What's a piece of technology that you have that isn't worth making a video about, but you now couldn't live without? That is a good question. My real answer is probably my calendar app, just because like I'm not gonna make a video just all about my calendar and how I use it. Yeah, shit, I don't know. That's something I could not live without. But it's accessory stuff like my mouse. Like I've made an MX Master video. Maybe I do make videos on these things. My studio monitors at the studio, I have the Yamaha HS8s. I've never made a video about those, but I've had them for years and years and years, and they are so tried and true. So
Bro, such good pass.
because they are
Good stuff.
some of my favorite equipment. I know you probably wanted like an everyday gadget. Yamaha HS8s. Okay, how long before we get to know if the Vision Pro, Apple Vision Pro, was a success or a failure? And they haven't launched a second one. Of course, it has been fascinating to watch, like, the arc of the Vision Pro. I also tweeted recently, because I'm curious if people who have Vision Pro still use it every day. I know I don't. I started using it a lot in the beginning, and then my usage just fell off a cliff. And there's new experiences for it, and there's new apps. But I think everyone's usage of the Vision Pro is very high in the beginning, and now has like stabilized to some level. But is Vision Pro a success or not? I mean, a lot of people are saying no because it hasn't sold yet, and it's $3,500. Of course, it hasn't sold yet. Not really a shock. I am mostly curious though about the second generation. What the second generation is the thing that teaches you the most about how that company feels about that product, about how it's hitting the market, about what actually worked with the first gen. And I suspect that Apple's next version of the Vision Pro is not Pro. It's just Vision. I mean, they put the word Pro on the end because this is a high-end one, but there will be Apple Vision or whatever, Vision Air, whatever they call it, but a lower price version that will aim to be a stripped-down, more mass-produced version for more people. That one's going to be the most interesting. Obviously, Vision Pro is exciting at the bleeding edge, but what comes after Vision Pro? That's what I'm interested in. Ooh, someone said, what is the oldest phone you think you could use as a daily driver of your Okay. It's honestly because there's throwback phones that I really like. So my mind is going to the last few. I'm thinking about OnePlus 7 Pro. That phone was super smooth, super, like, very useful for a long time. When did that come out?
The OnePlus 7 Pro was revealed on May 14th, 2019.
Okay, it's a 2019 phone. I guess that's 5 years ago. Is kind of a long time in tech terms. But the other one I think is the Pixel 3 XL, the bathtub notch, the big bathtub notch Pixel. That one.
That guy just had to like touch it. Sure, right there.
2018. Okay. October 9, 2018.
Dang.
6-year-old phone. Pixel 3 XL still has a good camera. Still has that clean software. I don't know about getting all the software updates at this point, but those are like some of the oldest phones I think I could legitimately say. What is the best ultimate frisbee move we have ever witnessed? Wow.
Alright, steals my net for some glory.
I've seen a lot in person. I've had the privilege of playing with some all-time athletes and players. You know, if you look up ultimate frisbee highlights on YouTube, it's crazy because it's still a young sport and there's not a lot of great footage of lots of games that are played, and so crazy highlights and athletic plays happen all the time, but they aren't really done very well. When they are, they immediately make like ESPN top 10 or some of the six highlights to watch. But I gotta think of. So there's actually 2 throwing highlights that come to mind. Some of them trying to think of as well. One is my teammate Jimmy's throw in semis in 2022 at Nationals. Crazy upwind flip cup that was ridiculous and so much strength. And then also Harper, my other teammate, he's also playing on this World's team, by the way, had this sick hammer from the sideline in the finals of the Pro League. I want to say that was 2021 maybe, but against Dallas, and that was one of the. I was right on the sideline next to it, and I just like that. Oh, possibly my favorite game though. I've played in a lot of fun games. Comebacks though, always the most fun to play in. And there was. I really hope my teammates remember this. When we were in high school, we played against a YCC team, so like a high-level youth team, youth nationals team, on our home field in front of our parents, and we went down 8-0 at halftime. And then we came back and won the game 15-14. It was probably the most fun I've ever had on a field. And on the sideline, like cheering on teammates, like that type of game, is very rare. I will never forget that. How much do you use ChatGPT or similar in your daily life? Do you use AI as well to check and correct or edit content? And how much AI is used in content creation in general? What's your feeling about it? I've been asked a lot about this AI stuff a lot lately. Like how much do I use AI tools? How do I feel about them? Obviously, there's a lot of controversy with them being trained on our content. It's actually pretty minimal. So I use it occasionally for brainstorming and for expanding on or rewriting ideas. Obviously not these Q&A videos, but I do write out basically almost everything in the actual reviews and the topical videos that I make. And so sometimes it's useful to use Gemini or ChatGPT
Got a Brazil.
Like, twist an idea or to come up with something and brainstorm. So that's one thing. I don't use AI to edit almost anything. We don't use AI-generated music. We don't use AI-generated images or anything. That's kind of just like a fun tool to play with. When are you releasing your next sneaker? All I'm going to say is Techtember is going to be pretty sick. I'll put it that way. We already know Techtember is usually very busy, and it will be busy again, but we got some extra stuff planned for Techtember and beyond. So if you haven't subscribed already, get subscribed. There's so much good stuff coming. Oh, how did it feel to have Steph Curry respond to you? Oh, you didn't know Steph and I are like, we're super tight. Like we're super close like that. That one time that I met him, that we shot a commercial together. We've been bros ever since then. Obviously. No, I think it's hilarious. I tweeted at him. I tweeted mentioning him during. I didn't even mention him. I just said Steph Curry is my GOAT during the Olympics when he was going on that barrage at the end of the finals game against France. And then I guess he logged into Twitter this week and decided to reply to one comment, and it was mine. Hey, talk that talk, Steph. Okay, Quinn asks, what percentage of your driving time is spent in each of your cars? Valid question. I do review a bunch of cars. I spend time with those, but when I'm not, there are 3 vehicles in the fleet, and I'm probably going to get rid of one of them soon. But I spend 90-something% of the time dailying the Turbo S. I have 12,000 miles on it at this point in a couple of months, and it's everything I was hoping it would be. I gotta say, it is pretty incredible. Then the last few percent are spent in the Rivian R1T. So the Cybertruck, don't really use very much, and there's also that clause in the sales, the purchase agreement that you can't sell it in a year. So we just kind of have it. Maybe we'll still try to sell it. I don't know. Maybe we'll attempt. I mean, it's good for work. We've used it for work a bunch of times. Shooting rollers, going to shoot that EJ Tour video. Like, it fits the most gear. It's the biggest truck. It's the most stuff. It's great for road trips with the team. But it's like 95% dailying the Turbo S, 4% R1T, 1% something at this moment. Okay, do you think Tim Cook actually believes the Magic Mouse is organizing this really well? No, I do not think he believes it. If you are unfamiliar, I did ask him about it in my interview with him. And when I ask him about the Magic Mouse, you can see it in his eyes genuinely. That is the first time anyone has even mentioned a Magic Mouse to him in years. And actually, honestly, now that I'm saying this out loud, this is one of the things that I think most people don't understand about like these types of interviews. Like the small time example is Tim Cook obviously does not deal on the daily with the specific ergonomics of the Magic Mouse. I mean, almost nobody does that, but definitely not Tim Cook. Tim Cook is the CEO, which means his job description is the highest level stuff. It's the strategy, it's the business, it's if you're Tim, it's the supply chain stuff. That's what Tim Cook makes daily decisions on. And so when I'm interviewing someone like this, it feels like that would be the thing to talk to them about, but also that's like some of the less exciting stuff I want to get into the nitty-gritty about tech. So the thing, I guess the point I'm trying to make is the Talking Tech series, it started as I want to do interviews and talk to people with interesting perspectives on technology at all. And the first episode was a virtual interview with a tech person, but then it was also Kobe Bryant, mixed in with Neil deGrasse Tyson, mixed in with Will Smith. Like there's a wide variety of people who to have interesting thoughts on tech. But it turns out when you do one or two other tech executive interviews, all the rest of the tech executive PR team also reach out and want to do an interview, and then we just kind of fell down that slippery slope. We just did all the tech CEOs, and most of them are, well, let's be honest, they're media-trained PR machines. So I want to talk to more product people. I want to talk to more like people who are in the nitty-gritty of actual product stuff, and also who are not even in the tech world, just for their perspectives of the tech. Like I saw, you're probably wondering, I saw the Rich video, and while I think he has a lot of good points and is totally valid,
When these kids are like this and they throw.
Talking to someone at Apple is just chilling. I guess you guys don't know, I cut like 90% of the actual interview and things that I talked to him about. I talked to the head of hardware at Apple, hoping to get even more nitty-gritty with hardware, but still got a lot of fluff and cut almost all that stuff. I kept like the 10% that I felt was actually compelling and interesting about hardware being designed for longevity versus repairability. But people didn't love that either. But either way, yeah, I'm hoping to talk to more people who are actually doing this stuff on the ground and who are heavily involved in the product. So long story short, I feel like I'm probably done with tech CEO interviews. We've also kind of done them all at this point. It's not like people are clamoring for the next one. So I'm interested if you guys have suggestions on what people should be next on the list for talking to. Who should we actually add and have a chat with? This is a good one maybe to end with. So YouTube is the crown jewel of video platforms right now. I would agree. Why is that? Will a different platform disrupt it in the next 10 years? And if so, why would that happen? And the short answer is stability and money. Like people, for the entire history of time, they go where the money is. So YouTube has been the most stable platform for discovery and for monetization for the longest time. That is why they are the crown jewel of YouTube. That's why Instagram is like spinning its tires and trying to find ways to compensate creators to get them to stay and be discovered. That's why TikTok, number one, is trying to compete with YouTube. They just enable like super long videos. But also, if they don't pay people, that's why you see TikTokers getting huge on TikTok and then moving over to YouTube. That's why you see Cristiano Ronaldo starting a YouTube channel. It's just a place that you can be discovered and make money. Now, will it ever be disrupted in the next 10 years? Because at this point, it's like also now the world's video library it feels huge, like too big to fail. And it kind of seems like it can't fail. Like the one thing that could take down YouTube would be what? An adpocalypse, right? Some event, some horrible series of things that ruins advertisers' trust in being able to advertise on YouTube and for creators to make money. A literal adpocalypse that drives advertisers away. And that happened. And then months/years later, slowly they all came crawling back. Guess where the eyeballs are? Oh. They're on YouTube. So yeah, I always say YouTube is so big that if it ever were to fail, it would be such a slow, catastrophic, played out failure that we'd have time to see the sinking ship and jump to the next ship if there was one that's doing a better job. But yeah, they've been the most stable for a while. But yeah, I think that's it. That's a good place to end it. There's some good questions in there. Let me know if you have other questions. I'll hang out in the comment section below. Of course, I'm probably not going to for the first week because, like I said, I'm in Australia right now. I'm in upside down, hopefully winning some hardware. But yeah, taking a little break while I do that. I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening and subscribing.
Dang, bro.
Everybody
Freaking
just
bored, dude. This kid
once
suck
again,
dick.
Biggest interview of my entire life with number 45 in his own building, President Trump. Talk a lot about the Afghan withdrawal. Talk a lot about China. Talk a lot about what's wrong with the country. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with everyone. Much love from SRS. Enjoy the show.
Wait, what the hell's playing right now in the background?
Mr. President Trump, it's an honor to...
Oh, I've already seen this interview. Sean Ryan, good interview. Very good interview. Had some questions, actually.
I'm gonna vote for her anyway, no matter what she says in a stupid interview.
Exactly.
So don't shit up.
Now, I don't know if you saw our man Quentin Tarantino, brilliant filmmaker, and Bill Maher. I've been on that show before. I like Bill as a human being a great deal, talking about whether or not Kamala should give interviews. You've doubtless been subjected to many of the peculiar moments of her behaving spontaneously and questioned whether or not there are influences other than the deep state blob manipulating her neurological pathways. Could there be some secondary agent? So many questions when it comes to that. But one thing it appears to have been agreed on is they want to minimize her contact with the electorate. They don't want Kamala Harris popping up on TV spontaneously, appearing in front of the likes of you and me, shooting the breeze so free and easily. They want that controlled and they want that curtailed. Well, let's have a look at Quentin Tarantino and Bill Maher talking about the strategy, because strategy is everything now. This is not a movement that believes in free speech or children's health or ending war or any of those things. Those are free policies that you can take to the bank, with Bobby Kennedy's announcement that he'll be joining Trump's presidential campaign and eventually, one hopes, government. Here's Tarantino and Maher.
Bigger issue is the left and their ability or their desire to engage with anyone who's not already in the bubble. And they get a big fat D- on that.
I couldn't agree more.
Right. I mean, you see Kamala. I mean, I'm glad she's doing well. I'm glad we have a real fight now for president. But doesn't talk to the press. You know, would never go near me. And when you won't go near the people who are going to vote for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to vote for you. Do I have to love everything? No, I don't. It just shows they're afraid. And you're right. I see it so much.
Well, hold on. I don't. Okay, you know what? I don't see her. Well, there's no reason for her to go on your show before the election, but I can actually see her.
Yes, there is. Because I speak to the exact voter she needs, the person who is in the middle, the person who is not ideologically captured by either side. Now, there are some who watch who are that, and everyone is welcome. I need a bigger audience all the time. I'm greedy that way. But basically, that's exactly the audience she needs. The MSNBC crowd is already voting for her. People who watch me, who will decide, this election will probably be decided in like 4 states by something like 80,000 votes in each. That's how these elections, how close they are these days. And that's where we're back to. We're at least back to normal, which sucked, but it is normal that it's 50-50 going into the election. With Biden, it wouldn't have been.
Let me ask you about this, though. Okay, look. There's nothing you said that isn't right. All right. And there's definitely nothing you said that isn't right in a normal election cycle. I mean, it's irrefutably right in a normal election cycle where you have a year to set your case. I think there's just all about winning the election, all right? And then the easiest path to winning the election, look, you can talk about maybe she should have had more guts about this or that and the other, but we're the president.
Right.
And Trump's not the president, and we're the president, and now it's going to be about this. But this is about winning. What most people don't give the Democrats enough credit for, all right, but we give the Republicans credit for, it's like, no, sometimes it's just about winning. And it doesn't matter how we look at this moment. It's about winning.
Right.
This is about winning.
Yep. No, it is.
It's a mad dash, and she is running, and she's not stopping to stumble.
And you know what?
And there's nothing wrong with stopping this. I'm going to vote for her anyway, no matter what she says in a stupid interview.
Exactly.
So don't shit up.
Whoa, so it's kind of strategical, according to Tarantino, who just wants to win. I feel like looking at it as if it's a sport is the kind of voiding of nuance that's helped to get us in this terrible mess, along with the incessant, unending blizzard of data that we're all supposed to contend with, the havoc of online news, the inability to focus on true fidelity, something that actually means something that's drawn from and derived from simple universal principles. You know me, I don't want to bang on about it, but I tell you, it's easier living in this world as a Christian. It's easier to recognize this is what I believe in, this is what I'm here for. This is a distraction. This is nonsense. I don't mean I'm not interested in talking to you if you're an atheist or a materialist or a Muslim or a Jew or Buddhist or New Ageist or whatever. It doesn't, you know, of course I respect your freedom. In fact, that's what this channel is about. But when I hear that kind of excitement about worldliness, just like we're going to win, where is that drawn from? Like, think about the last few years. Think about what happened in the pandemic. Think about this Ukraine-Russia war. Think about what's happening in the Middle East right now. There's just endless brutality and chaos and mindlessness and corruption, and the idea that Kamala Harris, a person who's already in office, represents a kind of change or evolution or advance. So I don't understand it, because I know Quentin Tarantino I've only met him once, briefly. Morrissey gig, Staples Center, Los Angeles. I was being ushered in. I had Morrissey's favor back then. And the Tarantino, they wouldn't let him in. I remember, like, he was like, oh my, and I heard him go, oh my God, what, Russell Brand? Oh my God, Russell Brand? Like that. I was like, you should let Quentin Tarantino in, I said. You know, Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, let the guy in. But Morrissey's security were pretty clear. My point, though, is this. How can you get so excited about any of this stuff? It's just all so berserk and so bizarre and so ludicrous. What we have to think, I suppose, is if you really want change, how can you achieve change by voting for someone who's like the vice president right now, whose alignment with Biden is so consistent that they haven't even bothered to cross his name out in their pre-convention documentation? So, if it's change you believe in, if it's new alliances and a kind of new type of politics, which I guess I was slow to realize Trump to a degree represented. People were very keen to frame it as a throwback to ethnocentric nationalism and militarism as espoused at the end of the 20th century, but it's a kind of new emergent post-globalist populism. And if you fold into that figures like Tulsi Gabbard and Bobby Kennedy, you might have something really, really interesting. But that's just what I think. Why don't you let me know what you think in the comments and the chat? Listen, you know that we are partners with Rumble, and Rumble have gotten into the coffee game. Now, if you knew that your coffee had been tainted with pesticides and chemicals, sitting in bags for months, sitting in an old ball bag for months,
what do you want?
Probably with traces of mold, would you drink it? The answer
what
is,
do you want,
of course
you
wouldn't.
Do you want this squirrel?
Jill Biden wouldn't drink a bag so contaminated. Most of the coffee we consume is stale, flavorless, and full of harmful substances that have a negative effect on our health. Rumble 1775 coffee, on the other hand, is free from harmful substances and chemicals, whilst it's also rich in flavor. The beans are sourced from high-altitude farms in Bolivia, roasted weekly and delivered
I am not feeling like streaming today.
As believers in freedom, buying 1775 coffee.
Gonna hop off. I'll see you whenever I get internet back.
Don't even care about
Bosco, have a great night, bro.
The coffee
Good luck.
revolution.
See you, homie.
Rebellion.
Honestly, I might hop off for a night. Or
it's dark, it's delicious, but there are a variety of blends available. All you got to do is
I'm gonna
go
hop
to
off for the day.
1775
Not for the full day. I'll be
/brand.
streaming here shortly.
Use the code BRAND right
I'm
now.
gonna hop